Hey dolls, we're back and it's episode 2.
Episode 2, season 2. Tito's here hanging out, right? Tito Frito Man, our resident Ken doll, right? He's our resident boy. Anyway, so good to have you back here on our podcast of Doll Squad Unfiltered. And you know, this can go anywhere. It is completely unscripted and out of the blue. So that being said, we were like, at least like, what kind of things do you want to tackle today? So I thought this was one of the biggest things that I wanted to tackle that I thought was incredibly interesting. And it all has to do with sugar.
What's that?
Sugar, diabetes 3, dementia, sugar, weight gain, sugar, insulin resistance, sugar. So I thought that what a great topic to talk about was how harmful sugar is to the body, what it's actually doing to the cellular structure, more importantly, what it's doing to your brain.
It is. I know. It's.
Do you not love this sugar
Alzheimer's
topic?
is
Tertiary diabetes.
Yeah.
Sugar. You like the sugar topic today?
I do. It's a good topic. Go ahead.
It's a great topic. Dig in. All right. So, just about everything that we have, that we eat, has sugar in it. Ready? Even, believe it or not, protein. When protein synthesis happens, when you break down meat, it still produces sugar. But the amount of food that we are now consuming as human beings off of our grocery store shelves, the amount of sugar and toxicity ingredients that we're doing is completely killing us. That's why 80% of us now are somehow kind of obese, have
metabolically dysfunctional.
We're metabolically dysfunctional. We're obese. Obesity is rampant. And you know what? I don't eat any different amount now than I did when I was in my 20s, but my weight is huge.
Well, the food is toxic. The food that we eat is not real.
Do you think they're going to clean it up? Do you think now?
And so much of the population is insulin resistant, which is why we have so much PCOS and diabetes, which leads to later on in life this Alzheimer's that you're talking about. Do you follow Gary Brecka?
I do, but I don't. Like, I get sound bites and bits and pieces from him. Still big, huge fan of my girl, the Primal Bod. But I also just do my own research. One of the things I think that happens is, like, as somebody that's aging now, that's in my 60s, is the one thing that I want to make sure that I preserve the most. I don't necessarily care about the extra tire I have around my waist, but I want to make sure that my brain is sharp, because I've seen people lose thought processes, which naturally happens as you age, as you get older, menopause, thought process, finding your words. But I want to make sure that my brain is sharp. So I've been doing all this research on so many different things, because you'd be surprised how many people have Alzheimer's, dementia.
It's happening earlier and earlier.
Oh my gosh, early. Crazy. And it's all sugar. And you know what? It's here. You can say, oh, well, I'm going to go do low carb. And you don't realize how much sugar is in a vegetable.
Well, it's how do you reverse insulin resistance? Because I think even at my age, like, I see it. I've seen it like my whole life. I think some people are just really predisposed to being insulin resistant
of crap.
But also gluten, Hashimoto's, people that are predisposed to those conditions and sensitivities are so much more likely to have insulin resistance. Like, I've kind of lived through this now, and here I am now approaching 40, and my insulin resistance, especially after being pregnant as women, right, that affects it. And it's really problematic for me.
Well, I think there's a couple different things that you have to look at. So if you're my age, you're probably, yes, your weight's probably a thing, and it becomes more difficult to lose weight because your cells do become resistant. We do talk about glyphosate. We talk about, so
hormones, right? I mean, hormones are driving that in a big way.
Hormones driving in a big way. There's it's very difficult to completely crack the code on it, but I will tell you that the number one culprit for me, I feel is sugar. For you, I know it's gluten, but for me, it's sugar. And it is years of bombarding the cells with sugar. And you'd be surprised, broccoli has sugar in it, your grapes, your orange, all these things that throughout history.
But what makes your cells so unable to process those sugars?
Because sugars were not a relevant. All right, so it's very interesting is that just because we have have progressed, the world has progressed, we have smartphones now and computers and all that other stuff, doesn't mean we as humans, our bodies have, right? So like if you look at a dog doesn't eat sugar, a tiger doesn't eat sugar, birds don't eat sugar. They don't eat none of that crap. They don't eat that stuff. And here's the deal. But we as humans, our cereals, we feed it to our kids. Sugar. Hey, here's your fruity snack.
Oh,
here's your yogurts. Here's all this crap. Everything has so much sugar in it. And you say, what's happened over the years and years and years? Nothing's really happened other than a dietary change and an acceptance for all of this stuff. And actually wrong information that has been given to us forever. So our bodies are meant to store fat, right? That's how we survived for thousands of years. We were hunters, but nobody sat around the campfire as cavemen, right? Like chomping down on some, Snickers bars.
No.
Well, even grapes.
Our food supply is so toxic now.
But I think
really
it's even
is.
more, Lee, the frickin' food pyramid is a lie.
Yeah,
it is garbage.
Who built that? Was it Kellogg's? One of the food companies,
yes.
General Mills. One of the food companies.
It was done by a cereal company.
Yeah,
and because they wanted to sell their oats and all that other stuff. Do you know this? You ready? So we were talking. This is a topic we could be on this thing forever because one hole leads you down the next hole, leads you down the next hole. But like cortisol, all of that stuff. They say if you're not hungry in the morning, you have high cortisol, right? If you're not hungry when you get up in the morning. But also, do you know...
I must have high cortisol. But mine was tested. It's okay.
Are you ready for this one? So everyone thinks the most important meal of the day is breakfast, right? Do you know that, right?
I've heard it.
Right?
Yeah, you've heard it. It's told to us.
Right. Ready? Lie. Lies.
Because it spikes your sugar.
Yeah. It is not the most important meal of the day is not breakfast. That's not true.
But cortisol, right, is related to your blood sugar,
yes.
which is related to your insulin resistance,
yes.
which is related to whether you can burn fat, store fat, and what you opened with, which is this stage 3 diabetes, which is Alzheimer's. So it's correct. So interesting how, we live in this world, in this medical system where it's like, here's your issue, here's your medication. But what I find fascinating and really, frankly, like super annoying is that that's a lie.
Yep.
And that everything has a root cause. And it's usually like 8 to 10 steps back from the issue at hand, like you'll find your root cause. Like if you have high cortisol, there's so many other problems that come from that.
Sugar.
But that comes from our high stress lives that we live. We're not supposed to live in this fast paced, insane world that we live in.
Sugar, insulin resistance,
no rest.
All comes with fight or flight. That's cortisol.
Yep. So like you have this
all sugar.
Really, really crazy, fast-paced life that's pumping everybody full of cortisol. Then you have this food system that is pumping us, lying to us, saying eat 10 servings of glyphosate drowned grains every day, which is killing your microbiome.
Shouldn't eat anything with corn in it.
Corn is the worst.
Nothing with corn. Corn syrup, corn nothing. And then you have to be careful because, believe it or not, a lot of the animals, the feed that they eat is all corn, which is all glyphosate, which all gets into their cells. And then you're eating that. You think you're eating, probably you should know where your meat source is, too.
And, for me, I found that the really high stress and the living in the constant fight or flight, it shuts down your digestion. So, you're not producing enough stomach acid, you're not digesting your food properly, which can lead to SIBO, which can lead to all these other kind of digestive issues that throws your whole entire body. into this shitstorm.
I'm going to tell you.
And then you go to a doctor and they're like, get a colonoscopy and we'll see you in 6 months. And you're like, thanks for nothing.
Yeah, well,
let me go figure it out on my own.
It's an interesting thing because when you look at, we're animals, right? We're just intelligent, or not. I'm not always, but we're still part of the animal kingdom. And if you study animals, okay, you look at animals, certain animals stay with certain food groups, food things, right? And what was, what is good for them. You don't see like there's certain animals that are leaf eaters, right?
Like carnivores, omnivores. What's the other one?
I forget.
Landon just learned this in school.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, it's a really smart thing. So there's carnivores, herbivores because they eat herbs. Omnivores eat plants. And
omnivores eat everything. Herbivores eat plants, and carnivores eat meat.
See,
I learned that from my 7-year-old.
Thank goodness that Landon is learning this in school.
Yeah, I know.
But if
I just got a refresher.
But you'll look at an herbivore or a carnivore. A carnivore is not going to go and sit down and eat a salad.
Right.
Whereas a herbivore is not going to eat a tiger.
Have you ever heard of the blood type diet?
I have. I have to refresh my.
It's kind of based on a very similar concept to what you just said, which is that you have certain foods that your system is going to completely reject based on your blood type. And you have certain foods that are going to work really well for you based on your blood type. So similar kind of to that animal period. And I'm type O negative. So I stuck with it. And I have to say,
did you have good results with it when you were doing it?
I really did. Yeah. It says that
So why did you change? If you did that for a while,
because I love that stuff. I'm fascinated by it. But I've had issues my whole entire life because of borderline PCOS and having gluten intolerance that I didn't find out about until later in life.
Let me ask you a question. If you're O negative, what were you allowed to eat?
So you should not eat grains. You should not eat gluten. You should not eat bread.
We should eat any grains.
But they're particularly bad for O negative. So O negative, you shouldn't eat oatmeal. There are certain nuts.
Should eat oatmeal.
There are certain nuts that you have to stay away from. There are certain fruits that you should stay away from. And just certain, just in every food group, there are certain ones that work for you. I don't know if it's based on alkalinity, but I'd
have to look back. I remember.
And I found my inflammation, just the feeling of inflammation came down.
Well, I think it's naturally going to come down if you start to cut out cereals, grains.
I had already cut that out.
If you cut that shit out, it's definitely going to come down the inflammation. There's one thing they would talk about, so there's a lot of people that are going on GLP-1s and all this other stuff because they kind of they hit health issues and they've hit roads, right? They've hit roads where they're stuck and they know that they're stuck. They have all this food noise.
Insulin resistance.
Well, the food noise actually comes from insulin. It's knocking on your brain saying, "Oh, my insulin is starting to drop. I need to stay at this level. Let's keep eating." So that food noise is constantly there. Literally constantly, not oh, I see that tasty
but
cake.
But even if it's not, for me, I don't have a lot of food noise. But as somebody who's now considered pre-diabetic because I was never able to come back from, the twins, I don't have a lot of food noise, but it is really hard for me to lose weight. It's insulin is that door that it just won't open, right? Where if you've got, if you have low insulin. Have you looked
at doing anything as far? No, I know that you have a weird schedule because I have the same schedule that you have, but I don't have little babies. But not eating, working with the circadian rhythm is with.
I mean, I pretty much do, but it's one of those things. It's but to your point with the GLP-1s, right? It's not just, it's if you're insulin resistant, you can do pretty much everything there is in the book. And if you're insulin resistant, the weight's not moving.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
Doesn't move. It parks.
Yeah,
and doesn't move.
Well, your body wants to store fat. It's we
need to get Primal Bod on this freaking podcast.
Listen, I get so angry. I'm still just an absolute avid fan of her. And I watch all of her things all the time. And
I do too.
everything that she says is just like so spot
Makes
on.
a lot of sense.
What makes a ton of sense, because we've industrialized the world, but our bodies haven't industrialized. So we are still pretty much basic, like Neanderthalish type people. We were hunters and gatherers and stuff like that, but it wasn't like food. Like you would hunt the food. You didn't eat every day at like lunch. You didn't have refrigerators. Like you ate when you could eat.
You had fast and famine.
Yes.
Feast and famine.
Feast and famine.
Yeah.
So the people that could store a little bit of fat, your body wants to store fat because it wants to live. But the reality is that you're not hunting for your food anymore unless you're going to your pantry like I am, because there's nothing in it. There isn't. It's so bad. If there's anything sweet in there, Bob's eating it. But eating it. He's like he's like an what is it, like an anteater or an aardvark, just goes through, sniffs
Is he
out.
really?
Oh, if there's any kind of candy, sweets,
It's so
whatever.
funny. Ryan does that too.
That's a man thing.
Like he can sit at night and have like chocolate chip cookies, ice cream.
Yeah. Well, they have a lot more muscle mass than we have. So they burn calories a lot faster than we burn calories. They have more muscle mass. Well, we're cushy. We're meant to really store fat because we give birth and we have to produce milk and have all this fat to grow the baby and produce milk to feed the baby. The man just goes out with the spear and like kills the lion. We're doing all this other shit.
Nice to be them.
I'm coming back with the
I almost
penis.
sent you a picture this morning. I go into the bathroom. This is off topic, but I think some of the ladies watching will appreciate this. And the toilet, the new roll of toilet paper is just sitting there right on top of the holder. And I just thought to myself, we couldn't take the 3 extra seconds to put it on there.
Just like when I
we
left.
just talk about this a lot.
So there's a lady that I follow on Instagram just because she cracks me the heck up, and I forget her name, but it always reminds me when you and I have this conversation about. And she calls her husband her, not interior designer, her inferior designer. And she'll go on this whole tangent about like when he leaves, like for instance, like I'm not
dishes in the sink.
Yeah, like there's a piece of trash and like a spoon or like the cup is sitting on the counter and there's the dishwasher and he didn't put it in there. So she'll go, and look at this, my inferior designer. And look at how he expertly positioned the cup right along with the spoon to get the right angle. That way, when the sun comes in, you get this reflection. And look at how it added so much color to the space.
And you get a stain on your counter.
Yeah, so it's so funny. I forget her name. I'll have to tell you guys in the next episode what her name is so you can follow her. She's really funny. And then her son, he's the inferior designer apprentice because he came home and he does the same shit. It's like, I left. You had a toilet paper thing. I left today, and I'm like, everything was nice and clean. And right there's the dishwasher's empty. He see me unload it because I unload it in the morning. I turn it on at nighttime.
I do the same.
I unload it in the morning, and that way your dishes go with the day. There's the egg plate. The
just sitting
fork,
there.
Just sitting there, and I'm thinking, is your hands broken?
It's
is your back
exactly how I feel.
Are you broken? If you're broken, I'll gladly, because you're broken, I will gladly put that thing in there for you.
I don't know why it's a pain point for me.
But what makes my back any better than your back?
Oh man, I don't know. But all right, I'm going to round us back out, and then I know we're limited
we
for
go
time.
Anywhere.
But so this goes back to your point, and I heard this today because Gary Breck. I really love Gary Breck. I've gotten a lot of really good information from him.
There's a couple nutritional people that I love.
Him, Sarah Gottfried. I got a whole wish list of people that I want to come on our podcast. But he said today something that is going to really crush you and I. Maybe less so you, more me, and probably Emily too. So he said that your coffee creamer is one of the worst possible things that you can have and eat He said that it is not dairy, it's fake food, it spikes cortisol, spikes your insulin, spikes your sugars, screws up your dopamine receptors, and literally sets you up for chaos for the whole entire day, even a splash.
Okay, ready?
And I just thought to myself,
No. Hold please.
one thing.
No. I don't use coffee creamer.
I do.
I use good old cream.
I use Silk coffee creamer, and it is delicious.
No, just get real cream.
But it doesn't taste like...
Oh my gosh, it tastes fantastic. Look at the size of my ass. It's so big.
You're so ridiculous.
I'm telling you. So here's
Do you
the
use
thing.
cream or use cream?
Creamer.
So you know what's really funny about that? I'm going to chime in on that. The amount of toxic crap that is in a coffee creamer.
That's what he said.
You might as well just be a heroin addict, because I'm going to tell you something.
Exactly what he said.
It is shit. It is garbage. It's so bad. It's full of sugars. It's full of corn syrup. It's full of, oh my God, so many toxic things. So my sister Jeannie, you know her, Em knows her already. She all of a sudden starts like dropping all this weight. And I said, is she on a shot? Is she getting that GLP-1? Is she on the Mounjaro, Ozempic, whatever? She should share that shit with me. I can't take it. Makes me so mad because I had thyroid cancer. So if you had thyroid cancer, you can't take the shot. You're the only girl that can't. So, but here's the deal. She starts losing all this weight. I said, what are you doing? She goes, Doris, for the last 3 weeks, no more coffee creamer.
What's she using? Just black?
She was just drinking regular coffee, regular milk, regular cream. No more of her coffee creamer. And her she dropped 10 pounds in 3 weeks.
Are you serious?
But it's her weakness. It's her favorite thing.
It's my favorite thing.
But I don't. I gained a lot of weight when I got my fancy dancy coffee machine. Because I drink lattes like crack.
I mean, I don't, but hearing you say that now, I'm gonna finish my bottle, and I'm gonna switch over.
Just regular cream. You know what you should do? Just half and half. Is it flavored?
Yeah, it's flavored. It's so good.
What kind of flavor?
It's called sweet
cream. Is it Silk almond milk?
It's almond creamer.
Well, Jesus, why are you eating that shit? That's terrible, the almond milk. Almonds don't milk. Cow's milk.
I know, but it's just...
Almonds don't milk.
Here I was thinking, I really only drink a cup and a half of coffee a day when I'm at home. In the office, I drink more.
Well, you know that almonds are full of lectins.
I know.
Why are you drinking the almond milk? You got the gut problem. You're going to get the leaky gut.
It really doesn't hurt. I finally healed the leaky gut after 10
don't start drinking
years.
That almond shit.
Finally healed the leaky gut.
You can't do it. Don't drink the almond.
With fish oil and BCP 157, which is a new peptide that you take.
I've heard so much about this peptide.
BCP 157?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, this is the new peptide.
So
my friend literally just texted me yesterday. Her whole team is taking this peptide.
Really?
She said it's so great.
Who texted you?
Oh, my friend Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly Reed.
I gotta tell you, it's fucking incredible.
You can take it. You can also inject it. You can subcutaneous it. Yeah.
I take it.
I think she's subcutaneous in it.
So I want us to start formulating with it. I'm going to start adding it to our products, because if you take it subcutaneously, it helps with like muscle repair, tissue repair.
All this, I said, they're losing weight, their sleep patterns are better.
It is the only thing, I swear to God, that helped my leaky gut. It sealed the gut lining,
all that stuff. Yeah,
like it really helped the leaky gut.
Huh? It's great.
I can't believe you heard about it.
Yeah. Literally, just 2 days ago, she texted me. She's like, "Hey, you want me to get you? Let me,
Why can't somebody?
She has a. She's in the Midwest and has a nutritional center in the Midwest.
Does she?
Yeah. And
can we go?
Yeah, she's great. But
Kelly, we want to get you on the podcast.
She's super smart. I'm going to sneeze. Pardon me. So
God bless you.
Thank you. But yeah, those coffee creamers are literally. And here's the deal: oat milk and almond milk. You have to get rid of it.
Can we? I know the oat milk's terrible.
So's the almond milk. Is just as bad as the oat milk. Read the ingredients.
I don't know as much about almonds as I know about glyphosate. I know a lot about glyphosate because I am sensitive to it. Oats, I'm not really particularly sensitive to.
Are you a horse?
No.
Then you shouldn't eat oats. Horses eat oats.
Yeah, I don't eat oats. I don't drink oat milk.
No,
I like coconut milk. I'm going to use
different.
coconut milk in my coffee.
Can drink
do they make flavored coconut milk?
Yes, they do. They make coconut milk.
I wonder if that one's bad.
I don't know. Listen, here you do. Get a little bit. What is it? Vanilla? You like? Is vanilla?
No, it's like I don't even know what the hell it is. It's called sweet cream.
Oh, sweet cream.
That's the flavor.
I love sweet cream.
That's the flavor.
Yeah, if you go to if you stop, Dunkin' Donuts has the sweet cream. No, it's a Wawa.
You know what I'm so happy about? The Wawa coming in when do you think that's going to open?
Well, it's going to be a little while. Probably by end of summer, maybe.
I hope it's before that. They're like moving quick.
Are they?
Yeah.
I haven't even been down that part of the road.
It's like up, the sign's up. I feel like it's going to be open like by June.
I like a good Wawa.
I love Wawa.
Wawa's good.
I love their coffee.
They got good coffee. They're quick in and out with the gas.
I love the cream.
Yeah, they got good sandwiches. They're good. The Wawa's good.
I love a Wawa. I don't have one by me.
Yeah, they've got fresh dairy.
It's a Pennsylvania delicacy.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, Wawa is still all company owned.
Well, does Bob know them? Can they open up some locations on Long Island?
Back in the day, back in a long time ago.
Where is their headquarters?
Down past QVC.
It's in Pennsylvania?
I know where this. It's Pennsylvania, like down where Lisa lived, down that area.
Okay.
Down past it.
So bordering Delaware-ish.
Yep. And they wonderful facility. And I went there because friends of mine, Kim and Scott, that used to do their pretzels, they were going to carry their pretzels at Wawa. They ended up going with a different pretzel vendor, but I went there with them.
Oh.
I don't remember where we went, to be honest, but it's down in Chester County area.
I think we have to come up with or meet somebody or get introduced to an alternative creamer that isn't full of all the things that we talked about, that isn't going to spike our blood sugar and isn't going to cause all these issues.
You know what I want to start taking?
What?
Since I can't take GLP-1s, I started looking at this sugar called allulose. Have you heard of allulose?
You told me about it.
I bought it. You got to drink half the bag to taste like one Sweet and Low.
Really?
It'll be crap
Sweet
in your
and
pants.
Low is terrible for your gut.
Sweet and Low is a neurotoxin.
It is.
I put Sweet and Low in my coffee. Sorry, do as I say, not as I do. And it's literally a neurotoxin.
I wonder why it's a neurotoxin.
I don't know. It's a neurotoxin, and it is literally one of.
Why do those fake sugars cause you to get so much gas? Like when I chew gum or eat any of those fake sugars, I feel like my stomach goes out to here. I got to take 18 mint pills.
Gum does, because every time you chew gum, you're introducing air. Yeah, you're chewing with air. So you'll get a lot of bloat from chewing gum, whether it's sugar-free or not sugar-free. So gum always causes bloat.
Yeah,
did you know
it does.
That? Don't chew gum if you want your stomach to look thin. I just take mint pills now.
Just take straight up mint oil.
It's probably good for you, but
it helps with stomach bloating.
But allulose,
remember I gave it to you that time when we were at HSN?
Yeah. I think allulose should be our topic next week.
All right, try it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try.
You won't
allulose.
take metformin? I wanted you to ask Dr. Janess about that for me.
She stopped taking it, she said.
Why? It's bad for you?
She said, yeah, don't take it.
She said it was good.
I know. It's bad now.
What the hell?
She's on this whole ATP Krebs cycle thing. I can't keep up with her.
But metformin supposedly helps your ATP.
Do you know in India they just mail out metformin?
You told me that.
Like everybody gets it.
They also mail out ivermectin.
Yeah, well, they mail out metformin, and it's like
No, next week we're going to talk about parasites.
Everybody has parasites in them.
I know. They say now, and it's more mainstream than it was when our last season was going on. We couldn't really say this, but they say that it's very highly linked to certain types of cancer, that they're actually parasite infections that manifest as tumors.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, let's not end on that. Let's end on something better.
All right, let's end on something else.
I want to think about bugs.
Well, I think it just...
I don't like parasites.
Well, it just leads you to think, okay, if this is what the problem is, then... it makes a lot of sense as to why a lot of cancers don't respond to chemo and traditional treatments.
parasitic cleanses, heavy metal cleanses, like a lot of these different things. What I think next week, I personally want to tackle allulose because I'm going to be a guinea pig this week.
And I'm going to...
What are you going to do?
Stop drinking my creamer for a week and report back. Do you think I'll be okay to use half and half?
You might not even recognize how thin we're going to be in a week when we come back.
Do you think half and half is okay?
Yeah, it's real cream.
It's dairy, but that's okay.
It is dairy, but you don't drink enough to like really trigger yourself. I use
I don't really have a dairy intolerance. I have other intolerances.
I
don't eat a lot of dairy.
I have a gluten intolerance.
I'm telling you, BCP 157 is a game changer. It like really zips up the gut. It helps you to not get those things that move through the gut lining and cause like the massive inflammation. I can't believe you heard of it. I was going to talk to you about it.
Yeah, I've heard about it. And here's the other thing.
It really helps.
I just think, it's the problem is
the glyphosate. If you go to Italy, you can eat gluten.
Yeah, you can because
they don't use all the pesticides.
They don't use all the pesticides. As my husband was sitting there with Roundup, like spraying dandelions in the freaking yard, I was like, what are you doing?
Bob.
I just did all this and I don't want all. I'm like, all right, whatever. But anyway.
Just put some vinegar out there, Bob. That'll kill him.
Do you know?
We haven't had a good Bob Chronicle in a while.
Oh gosh, it's been a while. I've got a whole season of Bob Chronicles.
I love a good Bob Chronicle.
He's going back and forth. Here you go. We'll end on a good Bob Chronicle. Bob's going back and forth. It's time for him to get a new vehicle, right?
Okay.
It's time. Hasn't had a new one. He still holds on to me for 25 years.
He doesn't like his truck anymore?
No, he likes his truck. But that's become like a work vehicle.
Okay.
Like, and it's cumbersome to drive, and it's big, and it's like, and that's what we take the puppies back and forth to the beach. It's like to zip around town. It's like
not great.
Yeah, it's just not. So he's thinking about getting himself a new vehicle, right? So he comes to me and he goes, "I need you to look at this color."
He told me what he wanted to get, and I said, don't even think about it, Bob, because you won't be able to live in your house anymore.
No, they're not getting that. Okay. They're not getting that. So he comes and he goes, I want you to look at it. I want you, because he's like, look, he likes my car, right?
Okay.
So he comes and he keeps telling me, now, if you have this color in your car, kudos to you, and as long as you like it, that's fine. It's just that I like classic colors in my cars. I don't really change too much. Like, you're not going to see me with like different color car, which is fine. But he keeps showing me this color like this is like, and it's not attractive in this vehicle.
Okay, what color is it?
It's like this gray.
It's that new gray?
Yeah, but it's like, it's
Wait,
not
you want to get that in your car?
Yes. It's so, and here.
Bob.
Yeah. So some of the car companies, that gray looks kind of cool, but in this one it looks beige. It looks very beige. Like,
I have to tell you, I'm not a fan of that new weird.
I don't like it either.
I just think it's ugly.
I'm not.
It's not for me.
It's not for me. And there's another one that's like this really rich dark gray that almost looks black. I think it's called like Carpathian gray or some weird name, like whatever. And I said, get that gray card because mine's black. And he's not going to get one that's identical to mine, which I could care less if he did. I don't care.
Just tell him to get a different interior.
Yeah, well, I don't care. He can get the same interior. I really like my car. Go get the same exact one. I don't freaking care. So he keeps every day. Now, Bob will not. It'll take Bob a month to make a decision. Like me, I've already had the car already. Been in the driveway. I've already put in 1,000 miles on it. That's just me. I give a shit.
You wouldn't.
It's a freaking car. Who cares, right? It's not like it's not like it's your last car. So every night, I want you to look at these two cars side by side. And then I said, do you think my opinion is going to change? Do you think if you keep asking me that my opinion's going to change the color that I like? I like the dark gray.
I'm like you. That's it. I want what I want. I just kind of, that's it.
I said, but if you want, and so yesterday, he does the same thing. Ready? I want you to be sure I want you to look. I said, Bob, I passed the car that color the other day when I was going to dinner. Em and them passed the car, and I said, oh gosh, that was an ugly car.
It's the one he wants.
Yeah, the one he wants. I said, oh man, that's so ugly.
This is a great Bob.
But I didn't really want to tell him that I thought it was really ugly, because if he really likes it and he wants to get it, go ahead. But I do think it's really ugly. But
you should tell him. He's asking for your opinion.
Well, I finally told him.
All right, good.
I said, Bob, this is what I'm going to tell you. I passed that car. That car is ugly. You're going to like that car for about 2 minutes in your driveway. And then, 3 weeks from now, you're going to look at it, you're going to be so hate that car.
He hated the car or the color?
The color. Okay. He likes the car. The color. So I told him, I said, now here's what I'm going to tell you, because he goes, are you sure? Like this. And I said, Bob, you know what? This is what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to change my mind about the color of this car, but for your... Let me just do this for you. Bob, I love that light gray color. Get it. It's so pretty. It's my favorite color I've ever seen. I pine to have a color, that car like that.
This is the one you hate.
Yeah. And he goes, you're just being nasty. Said, well, I'm not changing my mind. It's ugly. I pass it. It's ugly. There's nothing about that car I like.
That's hysterical.
It's just ugly car. So that was just, other than
he's going to ask you again tonight.
I guarantee you. I mark my words. Here's what's going to happen tonight. What are you doing tomorrow?
Want to go look at the cars?
Oh yeah, I guarantee you in the morning he's going to be like, I want to ride up there and go take a look. I'm like, my opinion's not going to change. I saw it. It's ugly.
He wants you to go tell him that in person.
Now, here's the thing. In some cars, that color is like cool. It looks really different. It looks sporty.
I think it's just a personal preference
it
too.
Is.
You know,
yeah. It's
some people
cars,
like it,
my
some don't.
My sister wants that. My sister in the car that she's looking for, she loves that color. But in that car, it looks really cute. I saw a Bronco in that color, really cute. I literally just saw a pickup truck in that color. In that car, it looks like you might as well just go up to New York and look at it. It looks so yellow. It looked like a taxi cab. Like, really? What are you doing? Yeah, it's not. That's a Bob Chronicle. There's Bob Chronicles. I could give you 50 of them a day.
The white version of your car. You have the black version. He should get the white.
And I said, go get the white. I said,
the white.
That one just looks dirty. I said, it's trying to be something. It's either trying to be white, it's trying to be gray, it's trying to be something. What's it trying to be?
He should just get basic one. Silver. I don't know. Something.
What is the gray one's like a real dark silver. Like I like the gray. Anyway, that's latest
the Bob Chronicle.
Yeah, I could go on, but
I hope you keep a few for next week because they are funny. They are good stories.
Sometimes I just shake my head and I think to myself, I'll see.
Did you hear that frequency change?
No, did you get it? I didn't get it.
I got it.
Yeah. I'm like, no, how does he even get through the day?
Wait, you know what we have to end on?
What do we have to end on? What? What? Oh, no, what?
What did you really want to talk about?
Do you guys really think that space rocket went up there with all the ladies dancing around? Come on. Do you really think...
Not for 1 second.
KP was up in outer space for 11 minutes? And
you can... Listen. Wait. You can hate us for saying this. That's totally fine. But I think we both firmly believe that did not happen. That was so poorly theatrical.
It looked like, oh my gosh. So there was somebody online.
Like your hair's perfect. You have no helmet.
I'm sorry. The G-forces in a rocket, you would have to be strapped in with helmets.
Yes.
The G-forces. Here they are.
Like what about the pilots who fly fighter jets?
For F's sake,
they have to wear helmets. They have to wear special breathing gear.
Yeah, you can't breathe. They're all dancing on singing and kissing the ground.
Oh man!
And then
they think we're
when
dumb.
The stuff enters back down, it's fried crispy, and you can't open. Jeff Bezos comes with a key to open up the thing.
It was a PR stunt for Amazon.
It was literally
every time I say I'm not going to buy anything from Amazon, I'm like,
they need to make something easier to shop at. But it was literally the most theatrical, funniest thing I was pissing my pants because people were doing like the Austin Power.
But nobody believes it. That's the thing. When you look at the internet, all the commentary,
no one believes
nobody believes it.
You have 6 women, their hair flying around in space with no helmets, no nothing, flying around in space, come back. The rocket sits right back down.
And the one is like, I'm offended by the backlash that we're getting. We're astronauts.
Do you know how they have to study to go into space? People just don't flip up into space with no training. What if there's a disaster? No, nothing. Who was going to get them out of it? Gail, who? Who was going to get these people if there was a serious issue in this little space capsule?
I mean, it's not even funny.
That was shaped like a massive sex object. Did you see
Austin Powers?
Did you see when they did the Austin Powers with the penis? I can say penis. The penis was flying up like this, and they were showing the ones next to it. I was beating my pants.
Oh my God!
I'm thinking to myself.
Every all morning this morning, my Instagram feed is people who are like, do they really think we're this effing dumb? Going into like all of the craziness of why it was so
how the
unbelievable.
door opened and you could see the lady? No, shut the door, and then Jeff Bezos came and opened the door.
Oh,
he had him like
please.
key to the city.
So ridiculous. All right, well, we got to wrap because we could sit here forever. You got to go home, look at some cars.
Home. I have to go home now because I had to talk about that. They were saying, what do you want to talk about the podcast? And I said, that's it. That's all I want to talk about today is the space.
More than that.
The space.
So next week, she's going to try
I'm
allulose.
gonna do the allulose. I bought it on Amazon.
I'm gonna cut the coffee creamer. I got some half and half.
You cut the coffee creamer. I'm gonna do
fridge.
the allulose. I'm telling you though, I have to have cake tomorrow because it's my son's birthday.
I'm gonna bring you some BCP 157. Shit's good.
But so you're taking it orally. You're just popping some.
I'm taking the pills. Brian is too.
Does he like it?
He likes it a lot.
Where'd he get it from?
You order it online.
Oh.
Yeah, you can get it from
Amazon.
No, I didn't get mine off Amazon. I get a lot off Amazon, but not that.
You know what? You know
the FDA wants to ban it.
Oh, it's got to be good then.
Exactly.
If it works and they want to ban it, it's got to be good. No, here's the thing. I get nervous. Like a lot of times I buy these vitamins stuff off of Amazon and I found out that they're like
fake.
They're all fake vitamins, just like our fake products that they're like knocking us off.
I know.
P.S. And by the way, I'm going to end it on this.
Okay.
If you are loving Peptide Bounce Bomb, that is viral right now, we can't keep in stock. If it does not have Dalton on the component,
don't buy it.
Don't buy it. We bought one just to see what it looked like, and it was zinc oxide. It was melted zinc oxide in the thing.
It looked like it was melted Elmer's glue stick.
Yeah. So be very careful. Don't listen. And with anything anymore, and when something's popular, and all of a sudden, if something's popular, let's say like this, and it's $20, and next thing you see it for $10, I guarantee you the $10 thing is fake, and it's going to steal your money.
So much fake stuff out there.
So be very careful. Be very diligent and do your research because I don't want you to get my
taken
mom
advantage of.
I hate that. I hate when somebody steals and robs from me. I really do. I hate that. But on that note. I'm going to finish this podcast.
We'll see you next week.
I'm going to kiss the microphone.
Kiss the ground. Can you kiss the ground for
11 minutes going around. I got to go.
All right.
Love you guys. Bye.